of skills that I put into that area of defensive. So all the skills we've looked at so far, other than the goalkeeper, have essentially been skills for ball possession. So when a player has the ball. These next two skills are skills which are for players who don't have the ball, so non-ball possession, so players when they're defending. One of the key things I believe for indoor is the ability to forestick defend, being able to stay on the forestick as much as possible without doing the big reach onto the back stick and exposing their feet and exposing gaps to pass. So it involves a lot of good footwork, a lot of good positioning. It involves what I call spatial pressure. So for each defender, finding the space they need between them and the ball carrier so that the ball carrier feels under pressure, the ball carrier focuses on the ball carrier doesn't see the options that are available, they get very focused on the ball and maintaining possession. And that then allows the defender to slow things down. It allows the defender to make sure they control the situation and have more time. So one of the other things with forestick defending is I like to encourage not just one defender to come in, but the one defender holds them up and we get that second player in. So here's a couple of examples of that forestick defending and the ability to stay on the forestick, which then allows the defender to not expose their feet, not give away corners, not reach in with a back stick and give away penalty corners as well. The other quick little thing before we look at it, I want to mention is if a player defends on their forestick and I'm defending and I want to move my entire stick to my left-hand side of my body, when I move my stick by keeping it on the forestick to my left, generally I can only move my glove and my left hand with the stick a certain distance. So maybe this far, I'll be able to move it that way. So I can't cover a huge range. But when I move my forestick direction, I can tend to move a much greater distance. So it means I can overcompensate and I can be a little bit more to a player towards my back stick on them because I can reach further on my forestick. So here's a couple of video examples of the forestick defending. So we're staying on our forestick. He's reached in, which it wasn't great, but he's staying on his forestick, making it very difficult for the player and not exposing his feet. Now, the other thing about forestick defending, which I like to tell my players, is I think it's very important that when they forestick defend, that their feet have to stay behind the line of the stick. So here's a common thing that a lot of defenders will do right here. You can see the defender in the red, the Austrian player. His stick is covering his right foot, but he's got his left foot stuck out to the side. So he's actually exposed his left foot. And that means that now it's vulnerable to giving away a corner. So it's important that defenders are able to maintain a position where they're protecting their feet behind their forestick and not putting their feet out beside their stick and exposing them. Here's another one, and we'll see the player coming down the other side of the court this time with the ball. So the player runs down this side, which we traditionally tend to run in and put our back stick down. So the player's kept his forestick down, he's kept his glove nice and close to the ground, so he's been able to protect his feet there. So the ball didn't actually hit his feet there. It basically hit his stick and glove because he was staying on his forestick nice and low.